What's going on, guys and girls? And it's Rob here, and MLB free agency is here. It's already here, and you hear so many reports that this player's going here, this player's going here, this player going here, this player's going here, and um, I think they could go where I think they're going to go. How about that? Top 15, or I've got 15 MLB free agents right now that are currently free agents. Will they stay with their same team? Maybe, maybe not. But the top 15, so many of them are Scott Boras clients that there's a good chance they're going to move one place to another just because it's more money. And when I say that, even if a player has to pick up and leave from East Coast to West Coast to East Coast, southern border all the way up to wherever. I just think it's going to happen, just due to the fact Scott Boras wants every dollar for his client, and he's pulling for him. And obviously, he's pulling for his own wallet too. So this is all based off of MLBTradeRumors.com. I am going off of theirs, and then I'm saying where I think the player is going to go. Okay, here we go. The 15th. Let me flip this light off behind me. It's a little bright, Let's try that. I got to be better. Let's give that a shot. I think it'll be better. Yeah. The number 15 free agent this year is Cole Hamels. All right. Cole Hamels, I don't think he's going to stay with the Cubs. I think there's a good chance he's gone. I think that's where he ended the season. MLB Trade Rumors has him signing with the Braves, 2 years, $30 million. Too many reports out of Philly have them wanting him. I'm a Philly fan, but I'm not a Cole Hamels fan. I'm sorry. I'm not a Cole Hamels fan, but generally where there's smoke, there's fire. I heard early on about the Joe Girardi signing, and I'm hearing a lot right now about Cole Hamels getting pushed to go back to Philadelphia. I don't think they're going to give him 2 years. I'm going to say 1 year, $16.5 million. Cole Hamels goes to Philadelphia. Number 14 we've got is Dallas Keuchel. Dallas Keuchel, MLBTradeRumors.com has him going to the Chicago White Sox. Well, I think maybe he may end up going to the Washington Nationals. 2 years, $27 million is going to be my guess. Keuchel ends up with Washington. Will Smith, and it's not the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. This is Will Smith, the left-handed relief pitcher from the Giants. The biggest name free agent relief pitcher there is out there. And a team with a big need and a little bit of an open wallet right now would be the Phillies, but I don't think the Phillies go this route. I think it's going to be the Braves that's going to end up picking him up. 3 years, $39 million for Will Smith. I say the Braves end up getting Will Smith. Didi Gregorius, that's a very interesting one right there. I don't think he's going to stay with the Yankees. And then you start thinking about who has shortstop holes. Who's got holes at shortstop? Well, there's a couple of teams who could end up with Gregorius. He had elbow surgery, so the Tommy John surgery. So throwing from shortstop may not be as easy as throwing from second base. A glaring opening in Philadelphia with Cesar Hernandez probably gone for good. But there's also a glare at the Yankees' prime rival, Boston. But this is one I really, really don't know where Gregorius may end up at. I originally put Boston on here. I really don't think he goes to Boston, just due to the fact Boston has they have found some holes to fill since then. So I'm going to say Gregorius ends up going to I'm gonna say he goes to the Braves. 3 years, $39 million. Um, you'll see why in a little while, maybe. Why I think Gregorius could end up in Atlanta. Marcell Ozuna. Um, I'm sorry. Gregorius is picked to go to the Reds, which could easily happen. 3 years, $42 million. Okay. Marcell Ozuna had a decent season in St. Louis. St. Louis fans are not real keen on him, though. And generally, St. Louis listens to their fans a lot. I don't think he stays in St. Louis. MLB TradeRumors.com has Ozuna going to the Giants, 3 years, $45 million. I don't see that happening. I think he's going to end up going to Texas. The brand new ballpark, warmer weather. I think it fits him perfect. 4 years, $58 million. Marcell Ozuna. Jake Odorizzi, Twins starting pitcher, and they've got the Twins re-signing him. I just don't think they're going to have enough to match the Phillies. I think the Phillies signed Jake Odorizzi. 4 years, $67 million is going to be my what I think happens. I think they sign Odorizzi. Odorizzi is a better than average pitcher. He's a number 2 on almost any staff. And that's exactly – they need a couple of number 2s, maybe 3 number 2s. But it's not very bad. That's not a bad pickup right there at all. Hyun Jin Ryu, the pitcher for the Dodgers. MLBTradeRumors.com has the Rangers signing him for 3 years, $54 million. I agree. I think he goes to Texas. I think they're going to have to sign him for a little more, though. 54 may be a little low. I'm going to say 3 years, $57 million, $19 million a year. But we'll see how that works. But I think the Rangers get him. Nick Castellanos, a very interesting outfielder. He is a good ball player, very good ball player. He's in the top 10 in the free agents to be signed this year. White Sox do have a lot of money, and that's who MLBTradeRumors.com has him going to. 4 years, $58 million. I just think the Cardinals now have that glaring hole in the outfield where Marcell Ozuna was. I think the Cardinals step up, pay Castellanos 4 years, $60 million, and it's a step up, I think, in the outfield for the Cardinals there. Yasmani Grandal, the catcher, and I mean he is a top 5 catcher in the league. He's a very good ball player. MLBTradeRumors.com has the Reds. They've got the Reds really active this offseason. I just don't see it, though. Reds were not very good last year, and they put themselves a big team together. But I don't see them picking up Grandal this year. I think the Braves sign him. Their catching situation is getting older and oldest. And Brian McCann he's got to be close to 40 years old. 4 years, $65 million. Yasmani Grandal, I think, ends up with the Braves. Madison Bumgarner. This is an interesting one right here. I've heard talk that the Twins want him. Yeah, the Twins want him. And if they don't sign Odorizzi, which I don't think they will, he could very easily go to the Twins. But I think he's going to end up with the Mets. For some reason, I think Bumgarner ends up going to New York. I'm not sure that's exactly the place he wants to go, but I think they're going to offer him the most money. I see 4 years, $60 million, $15 million a year. And if they offer him the 4 years, I think he'll jet to New York either way. So Madison Bumgarner, I think, will be a Met. Josh Donaldson. This is a really interesting one right here. You saw me a little while ago say I thought Gregorius was going to the Braves. That's why I don't think Donaldson is coming back to the Braves. And this one right here may turn a lot of things. This could be the start or the finish of a big wheel turning right here. MLBTradeRumors.com has Josh Donaldson going to the Rangers. Excuse me. 3 years, $75 million to the Rangers. I don't think so. I think he's going to the Nats. And that's going to tell you a lot of things are going to be turning over here and there before it's over with. But I think Josh Donaldson ends up going to the Nationals. 3 years, $69 million. So obviously, I think there's a lot of changes going to be going on at the top. So let's get to that. Zach Wheeler. Zach Wheeler, MLB TradeRumors.com has him going to the Phillies. 5 years, $100 million. I hope the Phillies do not open their wallets $20 million a year to Zach Wheeler. I don't think he's worth it. I don't think they're going to do it. I think the Giants are going to end up signing him after losing Bumgarner. I think they'll do it. 4 years, $82 million. I think they're going to pay him a little more than $20 million, but only for 4 years, not for 5. Steven Strasburg. Steven Strasburg. Does he end up staying in Washington? Don't forget who he's got representing him. And believe me, that's going to be the telltale right there. He's represented by Scott Boras. Scott Boras, if somebody's offering him $300 million and the Nationals offering $299 million, he's going to jet. And that's just the way Scott Boras is, and that's what's going to happen here with Steven Strasburg. He's going to get offered astronomical money, and he's jetting. MLB Trade Rumors has him staying in Washington for 6 years, $180 million. That's $30 million a year. I think he exceeds that. I think he goes to the Angels. 5 years, $163 million. I think he's going to get about $32 million to $33 million a year, and ends up jetting to the Angels. That's just what I think happens. 5 years. Anthony Rendon. Well, your spot's already been taken by Josh Donaldson. It's not going to get taken until you go where you're going to go, though. And where do I think you're going? I think you're going to the Rangers. I think that's home for you down in Texas. You're going to be down there, and you're going to have with Hyun-Jin Ryu, and you may end up with a couple of other players before it's over with, too. The Rangers are going to be for real next year. They've got the Nats re-signing him. I just don't see it, man. 7 years, $235. 7 years, $235 is roughly 35. Was it $35 million a year? Not quite. 33, I guess. That's a lot more than Bryce Harper's making. Not that he's not worth it. I'm not going to say he's not worth it at all. But is he the marketing machine that Mike Trout and Bryce Harper are? I don't think so. But also, if he ends up going down to Arlington, stays healthy, he's a guy capable of 40 home runs, 130 RBIs. He's capable of that. Now, we got to see what the Rangers do as far as the rest of their lineup and see how they line up things. But if they get a decent lineup around him, he's capable of hitting 300, over 300, 40 home runs, 125 RBIs, and being the MVP of this league and giving Mike Trout all he can handle every year for the next, I say, 6 years. And I think he's going to the Rangers. 6 years, $200 million is what I say happens there. All right. Garrett Cole. And MLB TradeRumors.com has him going to the Angels. 8 years, $256. I see him going to the Angels as well. I think he goes to the Angels. He and Strasburg both go to the Angels. Can you imagine that? They are going to have themselves one hell of a team if they do what I think they're going to do. Spend some on the pitching. That's all they need is some pitching. And they immediately, with these two pitchers, if they end up getting Strasburg and Cole, they immediately become the favorites in the National League West. I don't care. You can tell me all you want to about the Astros. I'm sorry. You take Cole off the Astros, put him on Los Angeles Angels, and then you put Strasburg over there. And then, you know they're probably going to pick up a couple more free agents somewhere along the way, some relief or something. They are going to be tough. Garrett Cole, like I say, they had him here 8 years, $256. I think it goes a little less now. I think it'll be 7 years, 225. I think they're going to pay a little bit more for him, but I think it'll be 7 years. I don't see anyone receiving an 8-year contract here. I may be wrong. I could be wrong. My lock, if I've got a lock on any of these, I really like the Cole Hamels to Philadelphia deal. I know they picked him to go to the Braves, but I'm hearing too much. I'm hearing too many whispers in Philadelphia right now. Cole Hamels, Cole Hamels, Cole Hamels. And I heard a lot of them before they got rid of him, and now I think they're going to get him back. I think he comes back to Philadelphia. If you want a second one, I really like it. Yasmani Grandal going to the Braves. I think he can help that team a lot. They need somebody behind the plate that can, a bat and a good glove as well. And like I say, they're just getting so old behind the plate. They need somebody, and I think that's where the Braves. But if the Braves pick up as much as I think they will, which I think they could still get Gregorius, put him in short or move some infield parts around if Donaldson leaves, and then Will Smith, get him in the bullpen, and then also pick up Grandal behind the plate. That is a heck of a free agent year for you right there. That would not be a bad year for the Braves. The Phillies, if they get Odorizzi, if they get, like I think they will, get Cole Hamels, I know they still got to get some bullpen help. They still got to do that. And I think they're going to have to get themselves a second baseman and a third baseman before it's over with. That's why don't rule out Josh Donaldson only going to the Nationals. If Phillies can snag him up, they may try to, depending on how much they're willing to spend in this offseason. But they've got to, bless you, they've got to open their wallets to starting pitching. So that, folks, is the top 15 MLB free agents this year. I didn't agree with very many of them that MLBTradeRumors.com said, but I've been wrong before. Tonight's football game, Chargers and Raiders. I think I already said on the earlier telecast, I think the Chargers win this one. I think it could be a good game, but we'll see. It's all according to what Phillip Rivers brings to the table. And week after week, he's an unknown. I mean, he can throw for 450 yards and throw for 5 touchdowns, or throw for 175 yards and 5 interceptions. That's Phillip Rivers for you. You just don't know what you're getting. The playoff poll has come out for college football, and how Alabama's 3rd or 4th, I can't believe that. It's unbelievable to me. Clemson is left out. National champion Clemson. I realize you've not played a lot, but still, come on, you got to be one of the top 4 teams out there. I don't know about that. Now, saying that, I'm not saying that they would beat Penn State or beat Ohio State or beat LSU or beat Alabama, but until you lose, it's hard for me to not have you in the top 4. I'm not impressed a lot by the way Clemson has played this year. I personally think Alabama's the best team out there. I think they're going to get, I think they'll beat LSU when they play LSU. Ohio State, Penn State, that'll get rid of one of that'll get rid of one of them right there. Probably get rid of Penn State right there on that one. Ohio State, very good team. Big Ten, they'll be the Big Ten champs, I'm sure. Pac-12, Dub, UW or Stanford, whoever's out there, they're going to get whipped by one of the East Coast teams, whether it's ACC, Big Ten, or SEC. One of them teams are better anyway. The Big 12, Oklahoma, you're good, but you're not that great. Texas, you're good, but you're not that great. They're a step down from these other um, conferences. Um, SEC is still the best. SEC still, I mean, you can take the fourth best team out for the SEC, and they'll give Oklahoma all they can go for. And, you can take Georgia and take them out there to play Washington State, Stanford. I don't care. They'll beat them. I think they'll beat them anyway. Florida as well. Fourth or fifth best SEC team is better than them. Now, personally, I think Ohio State's beatable too. But I think it'll take one of the top-notch teams, LSU or Alabama, to beat them. I don't think Florida's quite that good, and I don't think Georgia's quite as good as Ohio State. Clemson, hard to figure, very hard to figure. I think Clemson, Ohio State would be a great game. I think it would be an awesome game. I think they're pretty evenly matched. I don't think Clemson's as good as LSU or Alabama. I think there's a high risk of a SEC championship, two SEC teams playing each other for the national championship. I think it could be a 1-3, or I think it could happen. I really do, and we'll see if it happens. If they're ranked 1-4, then you don't have to worry about that. But they're going to get beat. Somebody's going to get beat along the way. That's the one thing we know. There's no more ties. So that's going to hurt Alabama or LSU. But is it going to knock them down out of the top four? And it could. That's the one thing that could hurt. That could hurt one of those teams is if they get beat, or when they do get beat. One of them's going to get beat. And that can open the door for Oklahoma or Texas or a Washington or Utah. Utah could step in there. But right now, personally, I think Alabama's the best team in the country. We'll see what happens there. I think they're the team to beat. Ohio State, Penn State, and Clemson, all three, I think, are just that half step below them. LSU could beat them. LSU could beat Alabama, but I don't think they will. We'll see. It's going to be a good ball game. Hard, gritty game. It's going to be low scoring, or at least you think it would be anyway, with Tua or without Tua. I don't care. I think it's going to be a very low scoring game. All right, guys, I'm Rob. Thank you for watching my channel. That's my top 12 MLBTradeRumors.com free agents. I didn't agree with a lot of them, but hey, let's see what happens a month, 2 months down the road, and let's see if I'm right. And don't forget to check out my week 10 picks, or week 9 picks, I guess. Week 10, I guess. I don't know. Don't forget to check out my NFL picks for the week. I picked Chargers to beat the Raiders tonight. Go Raiders! I hope the Raiders win, but I think the Chargers beat them tonight. Okay. I'm Rob. Have a great evening. God bless. Have a great night. And until I see you again, keep watching these sports, and keep up with my channel. Subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you will. Thanks. Bye-bye.